Hello, my name is Mark and I am an IELTS teacher at West London Tuition Academy. Today we will look at the past perfect tense. So why do we need the past perfect tense? Why can't we just use the past simple? Well, listen to this sentence. Today I went to the lake and I met my friend Bob. From that sentence, I've used two examples of simple past. I met my friend Bob, I went to the lake. But do I know which of those things happened first? Did I meet Bob first and then go to the lake? Or did I go to the lake and meet Bob? From the sentence, I may be able to make a guess, but I don't know for certain. That's why we need the past perfect. Now I'm going to share my screen with you. And I'll make myself a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so you can see I've got a timeline here. So here we are in the present having our lesson. This is the future. And I'm not sure what will be happening in your future, but at some point here, I will be feeding my cat. Okay, so the past perfect simple. As you can see, I've got 2 points in the past on my timeline. This happened first, this happened afterwards. So I can use the past perfect simple to signal in a sentence to my reader or my listener which comes first. When I use the past perfect simple, that indicates the event that happened first. Let's look at an example. So I've got a sentence here. We rushed to the station, but the train had already left. Which happened first? Well, let's break the sentence down. We rushed to the station. Rushed, that's past simple. But the train had already left, had left. That's past perfect. So we know, because we've used past perfect, the second half of the sentence, that the train left before we rushed to the station. So the train leaves here, further back in the past, and we rushed to the station here. Let's have a look at another sentence. Thankfully, I had already saved my file before the computer crashed. Okay, so pause the video or take a minute to think which happened first. Okay, so again, let's break the sentence down. I had already saved my file. Had saved, that's the past perfect. So we know that happened first. So here, at the first point in the past, the files are saved. Okay, what comes next? The computer crashed, past simple. So we know the computer crashes after the files are saved, which is fortunate for us. So we can see the past perfect helps us to inform our reader or our listener which event happens first in a sentence. Let's look at some further uses. This use of the past perfect is very similar. It's just relating how close together the two events are in the past. In this case, we're going to look at two events that are very close together, but, and I want to stress this, they do not happen at the same time. That might happen seconds apart, but one happens first, one happens second. The one that happens first, we indicate by using the past perfect. The one that happens second, we use the past simple. And we use the adverbs just and only just to indicate that these two events happen very close together. Again, I have an example. I had only just put the laundry out when it started raining. I had put, past perfect. This is the thing that happens first. When it started raining, past simple. So we know that the rain happened afterwards. But because we've got only just. We know that these two events happen very close together, but the laundry goes here, the laundry goes out, and then it rains here. But this time distance could be seconds, minutes, because we've used just or only just. This indicates to us just how close together the events happen. Let's look at another example. This is very similar to the earlier example we used about computers. Luckily, I had just saved my file when the computer crashed. Okay, take a minute, pause the video if you wish, and think about which happens first. So, I had just saved my files, had saved, past perfect. This is the event that happens first. Computer crashed, past simple. That happens next. But we've used just. So this indicates to us that the distance between the two events, again, is very short. Okay, let's look at a further example of the use of the past perfect. Again, it is very similar. This is where we use the past perfect to indicate the time taken between two events in the past. So let's look at our first sentence. She had been in Paris 2 years when she met him. Had been, that's the past perfect. Met is the past simple. So we know that being in Paris is the first event, or the first thing that happens in our timeline here. Paris. And then she meets him sometime later. So how do we know the distance between these 2 points? Well, had been, we know that's the thing that happens first. She had been in Paris, so she moved or in some other way found herself in Paris at some point in the past. So how long between that point in the past and meeting him? We can see it's 2 years. So we know that this distance in the timeline is 2 years. Okay, I have another example here. When he graduated, he had been in Liverpool for 5 years. To take a minute and have a think about that. Okay, so let's break it down. He had been in Liverpool. That's the thing that happens first, because had been is the past perfect to be. So at some point here, he goes to live in Liverpool. And then some point later, he's graduated. He graduated, past simple. So we know that's the second event. So the graduation is here. So again, how do we know the distance between the two events? We're told in the sentence, it's 5 years. So at some point in the past, he moves to Liverpool, and then 5 years after that, another event happens in the past, he graduates. And we know that because we've used had been for the initial moving to Liverpool. That's the thing that happens first. And we've used the past simple to indicate the event that happens afterwards. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and more importantly, I hope you found it useful. If you would like to join our online IELTS course and would like further details about how to register, please contact us on our email and WhatsApp on our YouTube channel. And of course, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.